Okay, for Archival's sake, I'm going to record myself opening this frame. This is a diploma from the Academy of Richmond County that dates to 1941. That was from a Jewish local in the area. So what I've already done, we have our tools, gloves, X-Acto knife, micro spatula, excuse me. So far, I have cut the perimeter of the frame, the outside, the back of the frame, and there are screws, or nails, excuse me, that are holding apparently the cardboard down. I've never experienced that, so I am prying these upwards, and then we will carefully remove the document and then place it in Archival safe filing. Okay, so if you can see, I need to cut more of this stock paper out of the way. So I'm just working at sections at a time. You pull quite gently. I'm not particularly bothered if it is going to rip the cardboard, because we're not keeping that. So as you can see, pulling these nails out of the way. This was probably framed, based on the way it's framed, the wood of the frame was probably framed in the 50s. But this document is a 1941, so very gently run your blade down, grab your, I don't know what you call this. It's like packing paper essentially, and it is brittle. As you can see, it's falling apart. And it's clear that there was some moisture at some point, not counting the glue that they used to glue it down originally. Some people will use like a heat element. I'm not going to do that. Because the document is inside of it, of course. I was never trying to do that. I don't know why we'd be using a heat element. Okay, now I'm going to carefully cut around these little nails. If you are using something like an X-Acto knife and there's metal, like these nails, if you rip your glove, you must take your gloves off, check for damage on your hands, check for stabs or whatever. Oh, there's another one right here. And change your gloves. Any change to the original object needs to be documented. So if this is deframed today, this should be put in past perfect. Who took it out the frame and on what day they did. Most likely, most documents that come into collections or museums, the frame is discarded anyway. It is on a rare occasion. Oh, that one is tight. Some of them are bending really easily and some of them are not. It's on a rare occasion that you would even keep a document in the frame. All right, I'll be right back when I finish. Okay, all the nails are up. I'm going to carefully push the front glass backwards, so you can feel this, you can see the frame separating. Oh. Good. Good. There we go. Okay. Shimmy this out. Oh. And I stabbed my glove. Hold on. So in this case, the document was well kept. It was probably dry for the most part, and it easily separated from the glass. It just came off the glass. This cardboard I'm throwing away. Glass pane, in the trash. Frame, trash. This is the diploma. That's so awesome. And there's obviously a seal with the ribbons and the cut. There's a cut made for the ribbons to fit through. I don't think they do that anymore for Richmond County. And it's sealed on the back. So it's obviously a very old piece of paper. Yeah, 1,941. So now I'm going to clean up my workstation, and I will bring the archival supplies over, and we will place that in its new bedding, its new home. Make sure you close your X-Acto knife. That's important. And we're back. Document number 2, Cradle Roll Certificate from Congregation Children of Israel from 1923. So this one's actually 100 years old. 102 in October. And based on the date, this was when the Congregation Children of Israel was housed in the synagogue that we saved on Telfair Street in Augusta. So let's get to it. Have this back. This is how it came to us. First, I'm going to cut the very perimeter. I'm not sure why the one that was framed in the 50s had nails, because staples were like standard by this point. And this one's from the 20s and it has staples, so. Maybe I'm speaking too soon and they are nails. Okay, first layer. Micro spatula. I'm going in from the inside that was already ripped for easier access. There are staples. Carefully, if it won't pull itself if you do a light tug and it won't come up, you want to take your spatula, go in where you went in with the X-Acto knife, just start shimmying it around slightly, very, very small, very, very soft. It's obviously glued and some of the glue is holding up. it will most likely tear, but that's okay because we're not keeping this back portion anyway. And even though it'll tear, we're not keeping this back portion. You still want to do it delicately so that you do not yank the document out. Goodbye, paper. Video. Okay, and we're back. I opened all of these staples. I bent them backwards. Now I'm going to shimmy the forward glass backwards, and right now it is resisting. So there's obviously some damage that came from this frame. Pull some of these staples back a little bit further.
That piece off.
Which piece?
Get in under that and just lift the cardboard off.
I was afraid the certificate would be sticking.
No. Now do the glass.
And the certificate is intact. Micro spatula. Yay. Look at that. Put that down carefully. Goodbye, frame. And now we have two perfectly safe certificates. So they were probably well maintained. They just are very old. This certificate in particular is interesting because it came from the synagogue while it was in function of the building the museum that I work for saved. It was deconsecrated in the 1950s. The building itself was. The congregation moved to Walton Way and they got a new space for a new synagogue. So realistically, the synagogue was used from 1869 to about 1951. So that was like prime time for the cradle roll, whatever Hebrew school they were participating in at the time, as well as the diploma of the same gentleman who was a Jewish local of the area. So that is all. Bye.